Think Khabib versus Conor was the biggest rivalry in MMA history. That smoke doesn't compare to the wildfire racing between these two titans. The heat's rising, the wind's turning, and everything is about to ignite.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck
This isn't an intro, this is a thunderclap. Two egos on a collision course. Zero breaks. Every syllable smells like a storm. The beat hammers, the montage sprints through strikes like a highlight reel on espresso. Cameras catch shocked faces, fists ignite. A dramatic soundbite set like a gravestone? Not literally, but that's exactly what it means. The price has long since become blood money. The arena explodes. The crowd is the third fighter in the cage, and it just landed the first clean shot. The one-word verdict when reality takes a brief pause and only adrenaline speaks. A cutoff call, an ideal smash cut that lets the impact reverberate in the head like a gong. Spanish-Georgian power and precision boxing versus Scala grappling and pure chaos. What style will come out on top? Power and precision boxing. Spanish-Georgian school meets Scouse grappling from Liverpool, so raw force versus calculated chaos. And what's behind this style clash is even more absurd. The fuse burns long before the big noise, almost 3 years earlier when neither of them was even scratching the summit. A couple of decent UFC wins in the bag, but no elite names yet. Volume at maximum anyway, confidence like a jackhammer, and both with a clear opinion, especially about each other. And that's exactly where the first spark hits. Small, toxic, viral. What's coming next is even more absurd. Two rising records, zero diplomacy, the classic pre-stage of an MMA soap opera pilot. Both had early UFC successes, but not against top 5 opponents. The rivalry grew first through words, not KOs. Unbelievable how fast pride and volume build a ring without ropes. Then a tweet drops, and sparks become a wildfire.
What excites me more is the fight with Paddy.
Really?
Yeah, that fight excites me even more. He said something about Georgia.
Oh, he said something about your country.
Yeah.
What is that?
He said, like, now I understand why the Russians are bombing Georgia or something, like putting bombs in Georgia. And
Whoa.
I'm like, bro.
Whoa.
Don't joke with that.
Yeah,
you
it's a
can
fucked
joke
up thing to
about
joke.
me. Say whatever you want to say about me. Whatever. He's a mushroom. He is this. He is that. Don't talk about war because you don't know how is it. Right. He said that on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
He said that on Twitter. Maybe he was too high, too drunk. I don't know.
When maybe he was too high is the mild version. You know how deep the sting sits. ILIA describes himself as a proud, emotional fighter. That's exactly why the topic burns twice as hot. And then they both run into each other in London, and the tweet gets fists. And when the two finally crossed paths at UFC Fight Night in London, Topuria lunged at Pimblett with fists flying. Luckily, both camps stepped in just in time to prevent a full-on brawl. No stare down. This was London in brawler mode. One step too close, and suddenly social media beef becomes a real security problem. Topuria on sprint button, Pimblett on why is this guy running, and both teams in a 100-meter relay in between. World record? Brawl prevented at the last second. Must have been first physical escalation after the Georgia tweets. Not a fight, but enough adrenaline that security takes the lead role. Right here, it flips from promo to personal mission. You can feel it. This is no longer a marketing duel. This is wounded pride with gloves. And then comes the moment that becomes a meme. Mr. Hand Sanitizer starts here.
He missed with his punch by about that much and I bounced the bottle off his head. You know what I mean? He's an absolute idiot, little bully, and thinks that he's someone that he's not. You know what I mean?
A missed fist, a flying bottle, and suddenly this beef has a LOGO. Of all things, hand sanitizer becomes the running gag. Sterile meets stress. Hygiene check passed, peace unfortunately not. Exactly after this London escalation, Paddy coins the mocking name Mr. Hand Sanitizer, a stamp that sticks to memes like superglue.
He's tried to make it look good on his part when he looks like an absolute idiot. I can't believe he posted that video. He's made himself look so stupid.
Disbelieving headshake at full throttle, Paddy doubles down verbally as if he were winding up the bottle again. And ILIA, he turns mockery into motivation and has openly sworn revenge since the Georgia tweet. It's about to get very personal.
I really want him win, draw, lose. It doesn't matter. I want to fight him next. I want to kick really his ass. I feel this way since the first time he texted about Georgia, about my country. Since he texted that, I wanted to take his head off.
What do you think about Paddy?
He's a That's all.
As a fighter?
As a fighter, I don't want to waste words about him, you know.
After the London escalation, Ilya sticks to it. Result doesn't matter. Win or loss, he wants Paddy next. Mockery becomes principle. Principle becomes hunt. Spoken calmly, but every sentence sounds like creaking glove leather. And then comes the night when words fly like projectiles. UFC 282 presser, where no punch is thrown, but everything explodes. The most iconic image of this feud doesn't happen in the cage, but at the microphone. UFC 282 presser, lights on, fuse is blown.
Obsessed with me, lad, it's heavy.
Shut the fuck
He
up.
hasn't stopped tweeting about me all week, lad. He needs to sort his life out.
Loudly, shut up, man.
What did you say, Jared, anyway?
I
that
said-
little bum's irrelevant.
I don't understand you anything. Back in the flouty, like what?
And Sanitizer, boy!
You.
English, yeah?
Hey,
Speak English.
you want to talk to me like the man to man? You said something about me. I went to your country. I slap your face. I get at the wasting win. I walk like a king in your
Are
street.
you talking English
What you
there?
did? What you
Is that
did, man?
English?
Yeah, of course I
Speak
do.
English for the people,
Shut
lad.
up.
Not German or Spanish like you're from.
I'm
Little
talking
mongrel.
in English and you in English. Y que te follen en español.
You're a little
Shut
mongrel.
up. If not, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna crush your face right here.
Do it then,
And
you
mash
little
it up.
fart.
Have another question?
Do it. Do it then, you little pussy. What? Do it. Do it. Come on, do something then. Do something, stand up. What'll you do? You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing, you little fart. Go and sit back down. Sit back down, you little pussy. Puta.
Fucking pussy. Everything he
You
talks.
little
Hey,
mushroom. You
everything.
little chorizo. You fucking Spanish sausage.
I don't think he gets the balls to face me and close himself in the octagon with me, so him. See guys, he didn't give me a response. Why? Because he's scared of me.
Lad, you're irrelevant to my life. Why would I be scared of you? You're a midget with little man syndrome. Know what I mean? You're tiny. Why would I be scared of you? Serious? Come on.
Why you-
Exactly, that's what you're known as. Hand sanitizer, boy. You little
Ilya makes short work. He floors Bryce Mitchell with a clean shot and locks the choke in round 2. Cold, precise, dominant. Momentum, completely with Topuria. Paddy wins the same night, but the air is thin. A tough outing against Jared Gordon. Edge decision, half the arena boils. Fans and media take to the barricades. Controversial is putting it politely. 2 W's on paper, but only one sounds like a statement. Ilya delivers highlight material, Paddy delivers discussion panels. Topuria stopped Mitchell via knockdown plus submission in round 2. Pimblett got the nod over Gordon, with plenty of backlash. You can feel it. One career train is full throttle, the other sputters in third gear. And that's exactly where the Cold War begins. Less noise, more rankings work. It's about to get even more absurd. Ilya keeps making waves, first mocking, then strategic. After the Gordon night, he tears into Paddy online, but the feud freezes. Both withdraw and grind quietly up the ladder. Paddy collects names at lightweight, Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, while Topuria starts painting history books. In June 2023, Ilya dismantles Josh Emmett, dominates from bell to bell, like a sparring that got out of hand. Then the February shock, Alexander Volkanovski gets KO'd. A first in featherweight, the aura shows cracks. And as if it were a series finale, UFC 308. Max Holloway, the chin of titanium, tips over. Topuria delivers an almost flawless performance and becomes the first to truly switch Holloway off. Unreal. And right where everyone is stunned, the old adversary chimes in, defiant, loud, convinced. It's about to get personal.
He comes to come back up to lightweight. Still think I'd beat him. I really do. I still think I'd beat him, lad, whether he's just beat Max Holloway or not. I still think I'd beat him.
Defiance doesn't get louder. Such a statement right after a Holloway KO, that's called unwavering. The man orders self-confidence in double extra large. Max, nice. I still beat him signature Paddy with extra sauce. The line drops immediately after Topuria's run over Emmett, Volkanovski, and Holloway. Paddy still sticks to his prediction. Shortly after, the leap into the top 10 beckons against Michael Chandler. Half mocking, half manifesto, like someone who prefers to prove himself in the cage rather than the comment section. And that's when it gets personal. Chandler in front of his chest, Ilya in his head, and the needle pricks pick up speed.
Level of fighter. Let's say it like that.
This isn't a jab, this is an entire toolbox right onto Paddy's image lid. Little pimple. Anti-athletic. average. Ilya hands out labels like stickers on a gym locker, and each stick's extra tight. Timing before Paddy's top 10 leap against Michael Chandler. Topuria lands the psychological needle prick and marks red lines. War homeland equals no-go, while dismissing Paddy's performance profile as average. Calm delivery, cutting content, the classic smile while you slice energy. Next, Paddy doesn't respond with words, but with a plan that gets carried into the cage, and the sound is loud. He makes it official, vacate the featherweight belt up to 155 pounds, and straight onto 2-division champ hunt. Short, cold, uncompromising. The arena loves it, but one guy breaks out in a rash from the cheers. This isn't a change of wallpaper, this is a move with a wrecking ball. Lightweight just got a new problem case. Announcement, title at featherweight vacate, move to lightweight with a clear intent for double gold. The story scales from beef to ERA question. Matter of fact, like a mic drop, zero doubt, only direction. And right then, Paddy speaks up. Loud, defiant, not amused. Cheers everywhere, except from one. The man's got something else on his mind.
I'd love to welcome Topuria. I'd love to welcome El Chorizo to lightweight. I'd love to, but I've heard he wants to sit out and try and just get a title shot. I personally think he needs to fight somebody at 155 at least before he gets a title shot.
Translation, welcome to 155, but not with an express ticket. Paddy calls the jump unfair, without a fight at LW. Test first, then boast.
I always knew he was a good fighter, know what I mean? Like, that's sort of what pisses me off about him. Even though I hate him and I think he's a bellend, like, I wouldn't lie and say he's a shit fighter, because he's not. But that's what he says about me. And it made me laugh when he said, what did he say? He called me fat. That's like, lad, you can't make your weight division anymore that you are champion of, and you're trying to call me fat. He's a midget, lad. He's tiny. He's smaller than Michael Chandler. You'll see what I do to Michael Chandler next Saturday night when I dismantle him. And it'll be a very similar game plan to beat Ilya. He's small. He walks forward, swinging shots. I'll kick him up and down the octagon. And I'll either knock him out or submit him.
Blueprint drop, small forward, big swingers. Paddy sketches the recipe like a cook who's already preheating the oven. And now comes the moment when a plan becomes a statement. After all the talk, Paddy makes nails with heads. 2.5 rounds dictated, then ground and pound as an exclamation mark. Chandler switched off, doubts along with him. That wasn't a W, that was a takeover at 155. When a beatdown gets boring and you finish for variety, that's when someone found the difficulty setting under the menu item, humiliation. Dominance over 2.5 rounds, finish via heavy GNP. The message, Paddy the Baddy is not a gag. Even critics step down from the barricade, title material suddenly sounds plausible. Momentum like a freight train, and he's not breaking. At the cage mic, it gets even snarkier.
I forgot all about him, or I would have mentioned him in the cage, you know what I mean? I don't call him Sanitizer boy anymore, he's now El Chorizo. But as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how relevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight. So, you know, I'd love to welcome him to 155. But apparently he's sitting out and waiting for the title shot. But, you know, that what I've just done to Chandler's after Blueprint to beating him. He's even more of a midget than Chandler is. Like, I'll do the exact same thing to Ilya than what I've done to Chandler.
This isn't a call-out. This is a cold shelving. First erased from his mind, then publicly downgraded. From hand sanitizer boy to allure it, Paddy swaps the mocking name like gloves between rounds. PR jab lands. Right after the Chandler finish, Paddy declares Topuria irrelevant, claims the higher LW rank, and sketches the same blueprint for Ilya as just now against Chandler. The direct quote makes it clear. If it does happen, it'll be one-sided. Paddy Ilya was. Self-confidence with a siren, the kind that echoes when the arena is already empty. And what does the UFC do? It ignites the next stage. Despite Paddy's protests, the UFC opens the door wide. Topuria gets the golden ticket. A title shot at lightweight. Opponent, Charles Oliveira. Ex-champ, submission magician. A guy who scans every square inch of your game until there's nothing left to hide. This isn't a tune-up, this is a full TUV inspection for elite. Welcome to the Do Bronx exam, written oral and rear naked choke. Officially scheduled as a lightweight title bout. Stylistically, Ilya's precision and pressure versus Oliveira's submission labyrinth and champion's experience. Coldly announced, maximum stakes. The exact step that turns careers into eras. And if Ilya passes, an even bigger door opens, with Paddy on the other side. Still, if Topuria beats Oliveira and Paddy scores another big win over a top 5 opponent, then their grudge match is back on the table. And this time, it's bigger than ever. And honestly, that fight should become the biggest event in UFC history since Khabib versus Conor. That's the ignition key. 2 wins and the mega grudge fires up like a V8 on Nitro. If Ilya delivers against Oliveira and Paddy knocks a top 5 out of the cage, the UFC's cash register rings instantly. Bigger than ever? The algorithm is already nodding. Clear deal, competitive probation for both. Topuria has to crack Charles Oliveira, Pimblett a top 5 opponent. Only then does the duel become not just hot, but globally market ready, with Khabib versus McGregor as the benchmark. Hard to believe how a few results can shift the tectonics of the whole division. And what comes after that cranks the tension even higher, and it feels like deja vu with different explosive power. 2 styles, 2 egos, a fuse that will not go out. Is this duel enough to reach Khabib versus Conor, or will we soon be talking about a new #1 in the Beef Olympus? Who becomes the hero, who the villain, and who throws the match into the powder keg first? Everything hangs in the balance. A single evening, 2 performances, and the division's tectonics shift. If both deliver, demand explodes. If only one falls, a ghost of what if remains in the air. That's exactly the cliffhanger. Will this rivalry become legend or a missed chance? If this chaos triggers you like it does us, drop a like, smash subscribe, turn on the bell. We'll serve the next escalation hot. Next drop, again MMA, again UFC, again a fighter who did something you really won't believe.